Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
This video, we're going to show you how to remove and reassemble your brakes. This is a 2007 Audi A4. This procedure is the same for a lot of different Audi and VW vehicles. And actually this car has pretty good brakes on it. They actually look just about brand new. So we'll just be taking this stuff off and putting it back on and showing you the procedure.
Items you'll need: new brakes from 1AAuto.com, new pads and rotors, 17mm socket, ratchet, and a breaker bar, or your tire iron to get the wheel off, 7mm Allen bit, T30 Torx bit, large flat blade screwdriver, 21mm socket, brake clean wire ties, jack and jack stands, torque wrench, and a large C-clamp.
Remove the wheel. Use the special center cap removal tool available at 1AAuto.com, or you could use a 90-degree pick. Put it into the center of the cap and pull. And loosen your lug nuts. They're 17mm. Loosen them with the vehicle on the ground. Raise and support the vehicle. We'll remove the lug nuts the rest of the way. Obviously, if you had the benefit of air tools, you didn't need to loosen them up on the ground, but you can loosen them now with either a wrench or I'm going to use an impact gun. Now remove the wheel.
With the wheel and tire off, you can kind of check the condition of your brakes. Just run your fingernail, back of your fingernail, up and down the rotor. You're feeling for any deep grooves or ridges at the edge. This is pretty smooth. You can see on my outer pad, there's plenty of life left here. And then you can check the condition of your inner pad right here next to the rotor. Plenty of life left there as well. These brakes are in good condition, but we're going to take them apart, put them back together to show you. Disconnect and remove the pad sensor connection. Push the connection tighter, and then push down on this tab and release. And then you'll need to pull this tab out of a little detent. Twist, pull that up and out of the bracket. And then there's two 7mm Allen bolts, one up here, one down here. They're protected by little caps. Remove the cap. And again, it's a 7mm Allen. Remove those. You need to remove this retaining clip. You can do it by using a large flat blade screwdriver. Pry out one side. Then you can pry the center up and out. Sometimes if you have a large ridge on your rotor and your pads are worn down, you may need to just use a screwdriver and pry, which forces the piston back in, and then you should be able to lift your caliper up and off. Use a plastic wire tie and secure the caliper up so that you don't stress the brake hose. Remove the pads. The outside one, might want to use a screwdriver, pry it out. Your inner pad has a wear sensor on it, so you just want to note how that wiring is routed and then pull it out. To remove the rotor, there's a T30 bolt here, and then there's two 21mm bolts on the back side. Reinstall, and again, the brakes on this vehicle are in good shape, so we're just putting them back together. Put this on here, line up that hole. Sometimes it's easier just to use a lug bolt. Hold things in place.
some brake clean. Clean off the front of your rotors, back of your rotors. Reinstall the caliper bracket. Put some thread lock on the bolts. Torque these bolts. If you have M12 bolts, they should be 96 foot-pounds. This has the M14 bolts, so they're 148 foot-pounds. We want to push the piston back into the caliper, so reinstall your old pad. Then use a large C-clamp. Make sure you're not pushing on the brake line or anything on the back of the caliper, and tighten it up, and that'll force that piston back in. Then you'd remove your old pad. Since this vehicle, the old pads are still almost brand new, we're going to leave it in there. Make sure we route this wire up and around, and then reinstall your outer pad. Basically put it in place and then squeeze it in. So now just cut your caliper loose, bring it down into place. Okay, just check, make sure that your sensor wire is free, and you can put it back in place and reconnect it. The caliper guide bolts, just make sure before you put them in that they slide back and forth nice and easy. If not, pull them out and put some grease on them. And get them started. And torque these to 18 foot-pounds. And replace your plastic covers. Put your spring back in, put one side down in here, and then this tab, you want to get into this carrier. So kind of put it in like that. And then use a big screwdriver and pry down this way. I'm actually going to hold that. I'm going to hold that with my body. Press in with this hand while I kind of pry down a little bit with this one. And make sure this tab goes down in. And whenever you do work on brakes, make sure you pump your brakes. Get a nice firm pedal, and do test stops from 5 and 10 miles an hour before road testing your vehicle.
Install the wheel back up in place. Kind of a pain because of the no lug studs twisted to line up the holes. Tighten the lug bolts preliminarily. And lower the vehicle. Now torque your lug bolts to 90 foot-pounds using a star pattern. Put your center cap back on. Just note the largest space here. Find the largest space between the tabs on your cap, and peek in behind.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope this video helped you out. Next time you need parts for your car, please visit 1aauto.com. Also check out our other helpful how-to as well as diagnosis videos.